Give me 10 minutes of your time and I'll change the way you look at your life completely. Okay, whatever may be happening in your life, whatever is happening in our lives, I'll change the way you think about it. Please excuse the way this video is being shot because I really wanted to have a heart to heart kind of chat and a really raw video without much editing, just to speak my heart out about 5 things that have really shifted my perspective. It has got me more respect from others. I wish I knew this in my 20s so I could avoid so much of suffering, so much of pain growing up. These lessons have been invaluable for me. One thing that I used to always do as in my 20s or maybe prior to that, feeling guilty for being angry. I have always been a hypersensitive person. I have always been someone who feels things. When I speak to a person, maybe 30 seconds, I get the intent. And 99.9% of the time, my gut feelings are usually correct. When I have such a personality and I can detect things, I can make out things, I can make out the changes in expression. My reaction are most of the times not to the behavior but to the intent. And I used to always feel, why am I so impulsive? Now I see myself in a different light. Getting the intent of a person, understanding what is going on, understanding the back behind the stage kind of scenes. This is not easy and not everyone can do it. Why do we get angry in the first place? Because we get to know the intent of the person, understand what is going on is not right for us. And I have stopped actually being angry with people whose intent has been a different kind. Their intent and they get a piece of my mind, and then I'm only feeling guilty for getting angry. Tell me in the comments below, do you also sometimes feel after getting angry, you feel that grief, you feel bad for other person, even though the other person has done bad to you at the level of actions. You have just said it, you have just reciprocated it, but you feel bad. Let me know in the comments. I want to know if anyone here is like me. I recently had an argument with someone from my life, and if this was even 1 year back, I would have spent days crying. I would have spent days thinking over it, trying to console the person, thinking this and that. I have realized that there are two kinds of people. First case, when people do things to you and you confront them, they will admit and then they will stop it. Second category of people, they will do things to you at the level of actions. When you question or when you confront, they can't take it and then they start defending. The way I have expressed, my way of speaking can be wrong, but some people need that kind of style. Some people need to know that you can't just get away with whatever you have done. If others deserve value, so do I. All these years, I have always kind of underestimated what I felt. I have always kept the focus on what others will feel. I am not ready for such kind of uh, importance giving to others. I would rather give importance to myself. Throughout our life, we are expected to give respect to others. We are expected to say things in a certain way. And all this comes under the name of professionalism. We have to be professional. We have to be we have to keep our personal life separate, professional life separate. I think the greatest lie that we are telling ourselves today is professionalism is just about etiquette, manners, and style of speaking, and not about intent. For me, professionalism also means how do you behave at the level of actions, not just how do you say things. Are haan ji, how are you? How do you do? During my PhD, I had one of my colleagues who had joined new. She was quite junior to me. She used to come till here to check what I'm doing on my phone. Whenever she used to speak to me directly, she used to always speak to me nicely, always respectful. But should I call this behavior professionalism? I have been a people pleaser all through my life. That could be because certain values and certain belief systems got ingrained in me. And I always felt this need to be answerable and to help others. If someone is doing some experiment, I will go and give my input. If someone is doing something, say suppose some event is there, I'll go and give my opinion when that other person has not even asked. The second thing that I have really worked on myself is to see people as capable, and this took a lot of shifting, lot of meditation, and lot of maturity probably at on my part also, to let go of this need to be there for others till others have asked for it. If somebody comes directly for help and you help him or her, that's a different story altogether. But when they have not asked for it, we still go and लो फुक्कट का ज्ञान लो. This kind of behavior puts you in a negative light. Okay, it will not directly put you in a negative light, but when we start doing this to others, somewhere our own respect also कम ही होता है वो. Since childhood probably we are told to have role models. ये एक politician है, ये एक actor है, this person has achieved so much in this field. This is the time to discard all role models. I've never had a role model. I have always picked things which have worked for me from people and have used it, have got success with it. If it has worked, it has worked. If it has not worked, I have discarded. I have never put a person on a pedestal that ये तो ऐसा है, so I have to be like him or her. I have to do this like her. No. I feel like whenever we make judgments or whenever we have to come to a decision, we always keep these three things in mind. First is economic status of the person. If I have to make a judgment about a person, we do consider at the back of our mind what is the financial status of that person, what is the hierarchical position of that person. Okay, in the hierarchy, where is he senior to me, is he junior to me, okay, he or she. And secondly, qualification, if he or she is more qualified to me or if she is less qualified to me, and we make these judgments, somewhere we are putting these people on a pedestal. Okay, the minute you remove these three things from a person, the minute you do that, you see a person in the exact manner that he or she is, and you can really take judgments and you are really capable of taking decisions without any mask. This is something that I have always done, probably because of the things that have happened in my childhood, the circumstances that were there. But I have really maintained a detached status most of the times, if not all. The minute you start dissociating these three things from people, your judgment becomes so clear. You will get to know the intent of the person. The person may say anything. What is the intention behind it? That you will get to know for exact, without any proofs, without anyone else coming to you and telling things about the person. Nothing. From a 30-second interaction, you will get to know the intent. This is what I wish to pass on to you as well. The next thing that I've probably started doing is getting attached to the mission rather than people. We get so caught in the reactions of people, in validation, whether somebody is approving of me or no, somebody is disapproving me of no, or someone likes me, someone dislikes me. We get so caught up in that we don't realize what is our end goal. I'm also probably guilty of this, and I've learned it the hard way, to really keep the focus on what I want. When we attach to the reactions of people, we are not able to see how far we are from the goal. And I read a beautiful quote about this, by the way, which I shared on my community post. If you are just watching my videos and if you are not going to my community post, then you are missing out. To observe people, to understand why they react, to understand from which place they come from and why do they do things. This is my favorite hobby, to be honest. You can also tell in the comments what is your favorite pastime. Okay, how you see people. Do you also like understanding the intent? Are you also hypersensitive and you get the and you get the messages clearly. I want to know how many of you are like me. I had not planned any script or anything. I just wanted to speak from my heart, and whatever is getting transmitted, I'm fine with that. I actually came across this quote. It was so powerful, and I said, I have to share it with you. Okay, so here it goes. If they want to leave, let them. If they choose someone else, let them. If they don't support you, let them. If they don't invite you, let them. Stop wasting your energy trying to control or change other people. Let them show who they really are, and then you can choose what you do next. Isn't this powerful? All our lives, we are so controlling of others that we want everyone to behave according to me. But what we are trying to actually do is disallow somebody from showing their true colors. If someone is showing a behavior which, according to me, is not correct, which I'm not liking or things, and I'm stopping it halfway, I'm actually preventing myself from seeing the true color of that person. Once we know the true colors of the person, once we know how the person is, we can take correct judgment, right? You know what is the worst thing that you can do to yourself? When you think others' opinions about you are your opinion about yourselves. Okay, and it has taken me a lot of time to really differentiate between what somebody else thinks of me and what I think of myself. And I will never do that mistake of thinking what others think about me are my opinions about myself. And this has been the most liberating moment of my life. This year has been the most liberating year of my life, to be honest. I hope these insights that have helped me are going to help you as well. See you in the next video. Bye.